let's break out your training week real quick. So it's 5
days.
So
Yep.
so break that down real quick.
So I guess like mentally I kind of like treat Saturday as like day one.
Yes.
Just because like I want to focus on that day. That's my heavy squat, heavy bench day. When I'm going into a meet, I'm usually hitting like a heavy single on those and then drop downs, and then maybe like a bench variation of some kind.
Okay.
Monday is my heavy deadlift day. Again, work up to a single, do drop downs, and then a lot of like some leg and more back accessory. Mm-hmm. Then Tuesday is like a rep bench day. Maybe a variation. So like today I'm supposed to do bench with chains, right up the conjugate alley. Yeah. Then a bunch of like pushing accessories. Wednesday is squat rep day. And then Thursday and Friday, it kind of depends on how I set up the program. And sometimes Thursday is another rep bench day, or sometimes Friday I'll do like a super light SPD day just to kind of, I feel like if I do that before my heavy day on Saturday, I come in feeling a lot better. Like my joints just feel better.
So on average, you got 2 squat days, potentially 3 bench days.
Yep.
And then one deadlift day.
Yep.
Right. Okay. And most of the work, this is what we were talking about earlier, right? Yeah. Most of the work evolves around the main lifts.
Yep. And even within the main lifts, most of my focus is on how those singles are moving. And then I'll get like hyped up for those singles, but then like everything else, I'll kind of like try and keep my like, mental, like, energy kind of at like a lower level or like a stable level.
Yeah. So how it's moving is that I'm sure now it's how it feels, right? Yeah. So what would you consider that being an RPE, or if you were to even guess what you think that bar speed is?
It's kind of tough because like I joke with my friends. I'm like, I live in RPE like 9.5.
Yeah.
Like all my singles that I do going into a meet are like almost like every week it's like 9.5, but like the weight goes up each week. But I just know that the way like I'm learning how to do singles again. So like between that, like just practicing the movements, and then also like I eat into a meet. So I usually start my prep around like 207, 205, and I'll end up around like 215, 217, then do a water cut down to 198. So I know like putting on weight and then also supplements.
Yes.
I know I'm going to get stronger each week. So it's always like a 9.5 or so.
Yeah.
As long as it's like not a full out max effort and I'm like, okay, I can put another like 10 pounds on next week. And if I'm the same strength, it'll be like an RPE 10. But as long as I get stronger, it'll be a 9.5 again.
So that 9.5 that you're talking about, that's the weight that you're actually getting somewhat mentally fired up to do.
Yeah.
Not because the other ones it can still be 9.5, but you're not as fired up.
Yeah. I'll maybe get like, if it's like a scale, maybe like if like a warm up, or if I'm just kind of going through the motions at like 30% like mental fatigue, and then like, or mental elevation, maybe I'll get to like 60% or something like that for like a top set. But like for that 9.5, I'll go to like 80, 90%.
So let's say it's a squat, right? So that's obviously Saturday. It's going to be at that level. What's the other day?
The other day is, I'll usually pick like a rep range. I'll do like, usually start the prep around like sets of 6. I like to do like pause squats on that day, or just straight bar squats. Kind of depends on how I feel going into the cycle, which one I pick. And I just try and do the same thing, like just start kind of at a weight I know that like 6 is going to be a little bit more comfortable, maybe not like a 9.5, but like an 8, and then just try and like keep going up until I hit a point where it is like an RPE 10. I'm like, I don't think I can go up next week. Then I'll drop the.
Where is the mental energy the same on that day as the Saturday?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of the energy's on that Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's huge, right? Because that makes a huge difference in how much weight's going to be in there and how you're going to be able to recover. Which day then does the mental energy go up for the bench?
The single day. After squats.
After squats. So squatting, that's your day.
Yeah, right? that's my day. That's the day I'm like Friday night, I don't like going out.
No, that's
I'm like, I like to stay in, like get a good night's sleep, eat good that night, and come in feeling fresh.
That's the day that never gets interrupted.
Yeah.
Like the other days you might, if you have to move to a certain time.
Yes.
Or not even do. Those are
and that's
kind of acceptable, right?
That's kind of going back to like my auto regulation. It was like if like my hips are feeling sore, maybe I won't even go for that top step on the squat, or maybe I won't even go and do that workout.
Yeah.
Like I know like my body needs a break, but I'm still going to come in on that Saturday.
Yeah.
Or like same thing with the upper body. Maybe I'll skip that Thursday bench day.
Now, does the Monday deadlift day operate the same as the Saturday?
Yeah, that's another one where I'm like,
no matter what,
I'm locked in. Like Mondays are deadlift day.
That doesn't take a hit from Saturday?
No, I recover pretty good for that. Like, my recovery from singles is really good, but like mentally, like a set of 8, if I go like really hard on a set of 8, that kills me.
Oh, just recovery. Yeah. That's where I was going to go with all this, is after laying this out, is say if you are that 10 or 12 weeks out, at this point, not what you were doing before, but at this point, what's the highest reps you'll start at?
On like a rep day?
No, on the heavy day.
Oh, on the heavy day? I mean, I like 12 weeks out, I'll just do singles.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Like I don't know, triples and doubles, like I like training them on like a rep day, but for like the heavy day, it's the like I might push those in the off season a little bit more, where like I guess in the off season is a little bit different, where like my mental energy is like spread out between like 3 bench days. So maybe I'll do like 8s one day, 6s and 4s, and like my mental energy is like kind of spread evenly between those. So like I'm coming in and I'm like putting like 50% of my like energy toward, or like getting to like a 50% level of like energy at like the 8s, the 4s, or the 6s and the 4s, and then like so I'll maybe do that for like 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm working with Mike this year now, and his whole thing is like time to peak, and I found like my time to peak is like 5 weeks, where like I'll do a 5-week train block and I'll be able to get better at like 8s, 6s or 4s, whatever I'm doing, but for like 5 weeks. And then after that 5 weeks, it's a diminishing return. I will either like not get better at that point, or I'll hit that like RPE 10.
How's that work with the singles then? Say on the Saturday, because if they're all singles, that's 10 weeks.
Yeah. So with that, I'll actually kind of do like 2 waves. I'll kind of like go up, and it also times up well with my supplement cycle, where like because actually like at that like 6-week out mark, I switch from, I don't know if I can like go.
No, you can say whatever.
Okay. I usually switch from like Anavar to Anadrol, and like Anadrol is usually what kind of like increases my strength quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
how much does your weight go up when you switch?
A little bit, like 3 or 4 pounds.
Okay. Yeah. So it's the water that's helping a lot. Okay. Yeah.
So that's actually something I'm trying different this prep. Instead of doing like starting with, so I would just do like a test base and then like Anavar for 6 weeks and then switch to Anadrol. This time I'm going to try like test with Masteron for 6 weeks and then switch to just Anavar leading into the meet and see if like a little bit drier makes the weight cut a little bit easier, and I can like have a little bit more muscle rather than.
It might. I mean, let's go into that the last 5 weeks, right? So you do that instead of the Anadrol, and then after like a week, you're like, you think, this shit ain't feeling right.
Yeah, maybe if like 2 weeks out, I'm like,
you're gonna pivot back.
Yeah, I might do.
All right, okay. Well, I think that's not just with the drugs. The same thing would happen with training, though. If you're trying to experiment with something that's far out, you're only going to give it so much time. Yeah,
for sure. That's like, especially because this next meet is like a kind of a local one.
Yeah.
So like I don't need to go into this and be my absolute
I get it. Yeah, I get
it. Like mentally, I wanted PR and everything, but
no, but you can experiment a lot more.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with the internet bullshit if it doesn't go so well.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. You got to deal with that anyhow.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time I started like a training cycle, like right now, like my bench is only like 540.
Yeah.
And like people, I thought he was a 600-pound bencher, and it's just like, you don't like.
Are you serious?
Like I've pulled up like a video like, hey, this is like me hitting 529 like the same amount of weeks out, and it moved just the same like. And then I hit 600 in the meet, so just chill, buddy.
Yeah. So okay, whatever. So for those people that are listening, you peak for meets. And just okay, whatever. Those are, how often does shit like that happen to you?
I mean, basically every training cycle.
Really? So every time you start posting this far out?
Yeah, or like even in like the off season, like if I'm not putting up like above 500-pound bench, like people kind of just like don't care. Like people are like, oh, I thought you could do more and stuff like that. It's just like,
you think it's just trolls trying to fuck with you?
I think it's just people that are like ignorant to how peaking works and how like strength is for like people at our level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like untested lifters too. Like you can't like run a peaking dosage like year round. Well, I mean, some
people try, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Going back to the IPF, because I skipped over that real quick. When you're competing USAPL, the goal is to win the worlds. So after you won the worlds, first off, what did that feel like? And then did you think that you wanted to repeat it at all?
So going into the meet, I kind of had the idea that if I win, I'm done with IPF. Like I feel like I've accomplished what I need to. But if I didn't, I wanted to come back and make sure, like try and beat Gibbs again.
Yeah.
So then ended up winning, and the feeling was great. If you're someone who like maybe has a chance of winning it, I'd say go for it, because it is a very good feeling, especially like a sport like this where it's just it's you on the platform versus like a team sport. Like I think when it's like an individual sport, winning like a championship it feels different, I guess. I don't know. None of my teams won a national championship.
So I
can't really compare. So that was a great feeling. But at the time, there wasn't really like Raw Unity was kind of dead. There wasn't really that big untested meet where everyone was going to be there. And then so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll stick with IPF. So I did USAPL Nationals in 2016 again. And then like a month later, they announced the US Open, the Kern, and like the $40,000 payout and all that. And I was kind of like, well, that's where everyone's going to be. So I guess see a USAPL.
Yeah.
And at the time I was planning on like, all right, I'll stay natural and I'll like alternate between doing like US Open and IPF Worlds. But like someone in the USAPL told me that if I do US Open, that would have been 2017. So I was like, okay, I'll do 2017 US Open and then 2018 Worlds. And they're like, no, if you do 2017 Open, your suspension will still be in effect when they select the team for 2018 Worlds, and we won't select a suspended athlete, so you can't do those 2 years. So at that point, I was kind of like, all right, like screw the USAPL, like you can't tell me where I can and can't lift. And I stayed natural for the 2017 US Open. But towards the end of that was kind of when I was realizing like, all right, if I want to like beat like Ben Pollock, I'd have to do something. Yeah. So I started with SARMs.
Yeah.
So I was a little SARM goblin.
Oh gosh, how'd that go?
I mean, I didn't hate them, but
yeah. Why not just fucking use the stuff?
I don't know. Well, so that was like kind of when